Hi everyone, welcome to Think IAS. I am Amarpreet Kaur and this is the second part for fundamental rights. If you're liking the video, if you're liking the content, you do like, comment and share for the video. Subscribe to Think IAS. You can connect with us on the Instagram, Telegram and YouTube. Follow us on all the channels. Now we have to see what are the fundamental rights. So we have six fundamental rights. First is the right to equality, that is Article 14 to 18. Then we have right to freedom, that is Article 19 to 22. Right against exploitation comes under Article 23 and 24. Right to freedom of religion is Article 25 to 28. Cultural and educational right comes under Article 29 to 30, and right to constitutional remedies is Article 32. Today we will be talking about Article 14 and 15, that is right to equality. So let's get started. Article 14 simply says that the state shall not deny any person for the equality before law or equal protection of law. That means a person should get equality before law and equal protection of law. Now we have to see what is equality before law and what is equal protection of law. So equality before law, it is a concept originated in England. It simply says that all persons, irrespective of their rank or position or status, are equal before the law. They shall be treated equal by law, and it means jurisdictory equality but not complete equality. That means all the persons are subjected to ordinary jurisdiction of court and they can sue or get sued before the same ordinary court. The example is there are few exceptions in which this law do not apply. The example is the president or governor. If they are of any state and they are not answerable for discharge of their official functions, no criminal proceedings whatsoever can be initiated or continued against president or governor of the state. No civil proceedings in such cases where relief is demanded can be started against president or governor except before serving 2 months notice. So this is one of the exceptions of this equality before law. Otherwise, it is uh, practiced for everyone. Now we have to understand that this concept we learned from rule of law. So what is rule of law? It is the concept came from the England, which simply means that one law which is supreme and it will be applied to all, and equality before law ensures the rule of law. Now rule of law means lex supremus, that means law is supreme and it should be followed, and absolute supremacy of law as opposed to the influence of any arbitrary power. It is the concept of rule of law that has changed the administrative philosophy of believing in rex lex, that is king is law, to lex rex, that is law is king. Now we have to see that there are three principles of rule of law. The first principle say no man can be punished or made suffer except for the violation of law, and such a violation of law shall also be established in ordinary court of land. Second says that all the person must be subjected to ordinary law of land without any distinctions, and all can be sued or get sued before the court. Third, it is applied in India. It's the modification of the third principle of rule of law as practiced in the Britain. In India, it means all the laws passed by the legislature must be consistent with the provisions of constitution. I hope you understood the concept of equality before law. Now we have to see equal protections of law. Now equal protection of law, it says it is a concept originated from USA, and it simply says that equality of treatment to all the equal to all in equal circumstances. That means like life should be treated alike. It does not mean uniform application of law under all the circumstances. Rather, situational variation shall be taken into account before applying the law, because Article 14 guarantee equality among equals only. Equal protection of law provides for what is called as positive discrimination or protective discrimination, under which even reservation policy is valid. Now we have to see how this equal protection of law works. So here is one example. Let's say there is a weaker section and there is a stronger section of people. If we want to apply this law to both of them, first of all we have to bring weaker section to the level of stronger section, only then we can apply this law to them. One more example is here, like if we are providing equality to all people, so those who do not require that, it will not be helpful for them. But equal protection of law simply says we have to make everyone alike, only then we can apply any of the law on them. I hope you understand this concept of equal protection of law. Now let's move to the next article, that is article number 15. The article number 15 clause 1 says that state shall not discriminate against citizens only on the ground of religion, race, caste, sex, place of birth, or any of them. Now, if you can see, it is talking about state. That means this article is talking about state. Here, discrimination means that the state should not distinguish unfavorably to one from others. And if I talk about only, this simply says that these conditions, any of these conditions alone, are not sufficient grounds to have discrimination under equal protection of law. However, if these conditions are accompanied by some other circumstances, then the state can discriminate. The example is reservation. It is not based on the caste, but also caste with social and educational backwardness. Now we have to talk about article number 15 clause 2. So it prohibits state as well as individual. We are talking about citizen over here. So they both are prohibited from discriminatory actions against any citizen only on the grounds of race, religion, caste, sex, place of birth, or any of them in having access to public places. Now there are examples like in earlier ages, people used to discriminate. Now this article, it helps in fighting against the untouchability, which is also in article number 17. We'll be learning in the coming videos. Article 15 clause 3 says that it is the state which can make any provision for the welfare of women and children. Now this is an article which is exception of article 15 clause 1, which simply says that we should not discriminate against the sex. But here, as we know the situation of children and women in our country, this is required and hence it is there. Article 15 clause 4 says that it empowers the state to make special provision for advancement of socially and educationally backward classes of the citizen as well as for SCs and STs. Now again, it was introduced by the First Amendment Act of 1951, and it is again based on the social and educational backwardness. Article 15 clause 5 says uh, that the state to make provisions for the admission of backward classes of citizens in educational institute. Now these educational institutes can be governmental or private, and if they are private, it can be aided or non-aided. They all have to provide this reservation for the admission. There is only one exception, that is the minority education institution. This act was introduced by the 93rd Amendment Act of 2005. I hope you understand Article 14 and 15. Now we will be learning about other articles in the coming videos. If you have any comments, you can write them down in the comment section. If you have any idea for the coming videos, you can write them down and we'll try to use them as well. Till then, you can follow us, and thank you. See you in the next video.